So yeah, thanks so much for taking the time to chat. Yeah, I can't wait to talk all about your music and your new song, and also the Te Reo version of your song as well. So that's very exciting.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, how did you get started in music and singing and all that?
Well, my dad has always been a performer. He had done a lot of acting and singing when he was younger. He actually he played David Bowie's younger brother in a movie called Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence.
Wow.
And yeah, so he was able to be in a movie with him, and then ever since then he's just wanted to be a rock star, and he's always been in bands and has always played guitar. And so when he had me, so I just sort of became an extension of that. And and he has always done gigs and things like that, so he would just get me up on stage with him. And I don't remember when I started because I was so young, and it's just always been a part of my life. And yeah, like he even I don't remember really, but he even said that he would like sit on the ends of my bed, play guitar and sing Neil Young songs to me until I fell asleep.
Wow.
So yeah, I had an influence of really classic music as well. And then yeah, growing up in New Zealand, I don't know, there's something about dub and reggae music. It just hits different, and it just has always been my favorite genre. I started learning piano when I was 8, and then my dad got me my first guitar when I was 10, taught me 4 chords and said, here you go, and he shut me in my room and I wrote my first song. And yeah, I remember sitting in my room going, what could I write about? And I just looked at all my surroundings. I looked at the moon and the stars on my rug, and I just sort of took inspiration from my surroundings, which looking back, I'm like, I feel like I struggle to do that more now than I did then. But yeah, and then I just always, ever since then, I've written my own songs, and I've done gigs with my dad. We were in a band together, actually a rock covers band. Yeah, it's always been there.
Yeah, I guess you must feel like very comfortable performing, as it's been in your life for so long. It's just kind of natural to you.
Yeah, it's one of those things where people say like, how do you do it? You must get so nervous. And I honestly think because I don't even remember when I started, it is just second nature. Yeah. And I am much more comfortable singing in front of a big crowd instead of speaking. I'm much more comfortable doing that.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm feel very lucky that it feels so natural to me. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess like over the years, if you started writing songs from that young, you must have written so many songs. What made you decide that this the debut single was going to be the song that was the first one that you were going to put out?
Well, when I got the new music development grant with Ben Malone, my producer, we basically just went on like with the development process, I guess, just sort of, we started writing songs from scratch. So we didn't use any of the songs that I already had in my bank, basically. We were like, let's just figure each other out. And he wanted to, it was an opportunity to broaden my skills in songwriting and collaborating, because I hadn't done much collaboration. I've mostly just, sat in my room or sat on my bed with my guitar and written a song. So that was a really cool opportunity to expand my knowledge there. And so we just started writing songs based on experiences, and we got really personal, and it was really cool because I always felt really comfortable with him. It was like therapy sessions every time. And yeah, we'd written a few sort of slower songs, and he had been playing around with the track, and he played it to me, and he was like, I have a funny feeling you're gonna like this song.
Right.
Or and he played it to me. I was like, yeah, that's really cool. And immediately I was like bopping my head and tapping my toes, and I was like, yeah. So then it basically just sparked a memory for me, and then we wrote the song based on it was like inspired by an experience that I had, but we basically created a whole new story to go with it. And we do have a couple more songs up our sleeve, but this just felt like the best first one.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah.
And love the name of the song as well, like Under Her Spell, Boom. It definitely captures your attention. So yeah, I guess what inspired you to write the track, and what's the meaning behind it?
The initial memory that was sparked was I was at a party where I'm from on Great Barrier Island, and it was like out in the open, pretty much like what people would describe as a bush doof, but not quite as doof, you know. It was like under the stars, you know, there's no power over there, so there was like a fire, and there was a DJ tent, and there was a house bustle lit up, and people were dancing. It was just such good vibes. But it was one of the first like parties I guess I'd been to, and it was one of my first experiences of like figuring out sort of getting male attention was one of them, and also just like seeing people have a good time and vibing off that. So that was the initial memory that was sparked, but then it sort of was a snowball effect where I was thinking about all these other times where I had gone out, or I had seen someone on the dance floor, or seen someone at a party, or just anywhere really who's just like, their energy is really captivating. We created this character who was just so almost strong in herself, and she had this beautiful energy without even really knowing it or trying. She just, it was really natural to her. People wanted a part of it, and she didn't necessarily want it, because she was just like, you know, it's like when you go out with your girls and you're all just feeling yourselves, and you're like, yes, girls are out, and it's for you, you know. Or like those days where you dress up and you feel really cute, and you're like, I look really cute today. It's like, there's actually so many layers to the song that I think, I hope that it was written in a way and is perceived in a way where it would just like resonate with people on an individual level for different reasons, you know. I hope, my aim was that it wasn't so specific about my own experience, but that other people could listen to it and go, oh my gosh, I still relate to that, or it sparked something for them.
For sure. I think there's something so special about music in that way, where the lyric can mean so many different things to different people, even though you've got your own intention of what it means to you. What was your favourite part, kind of writing and producing the track?
It was my first experience writing and recording in a studio, so that was really exciting. And also collaborating. So Ben, he was the producer, and he did co-writing as well, and also Harry Parsons, who goes by Macy now. He was there for the first couple of sessions, and we just all had so much fun. And we were like, this is a banger, you know. We were like, it was just so much fun, and I was just really grateful for the opportunity to learn more, and to, you know, I came into it feeling really inexperienced, like a total beginner in a studio setting. And I felt really privileged to be able to learn off both of them, who were quite experienced, and I have learned a lot just from the writing and recording of just this one song, and then we've done quite a few more, so it's I think just the opportunity to learn more and to collaborate, and that it was so much fun, and that I could base it off a personal experience that still happens to me today. You know, and it's still so relatable.
And then how did the Te Reo version kind of come about?
Kind of not by accident. It was just the next natural thing, and it just happened really easily. We put Under Her Spell in for funding for the Waiata Takitahi funding through New Zealand Air, and then we got it, and we were all like, oh, okay, well, let's translate it then. And I'm Māori. I have Māori whakapapa, and I was like, this is amazing. I've been on this really it's been like a roller coaster ride of reclaiming my Māori tongue as well over the last couple of years. So I was like, this is such a cool opportunity to, the next step in that reclamation journey. And then we got in touch with Parker Davis, and he was really keen to translate it, and he's actually my Māori teacher as well.
Oh wow.
So I had already learnt so much off him, and then I just said, would you like to, and he was really keen. So then we had a couple of Zoom meetings, and he really loved the song, which was cool. He was like, I've thrashed this song. I know it off by heart already. I was like, that's a good sign, because he was the first person that like wasn't involved in the writing process who had heard it, and was like, wasn't obligated to like it like a family member would be. And then he talked me through basically what the translation meant. So I do speak quite a lot of Māori, but I'm not fluent, so it was really cool to get all of the translations. And then I found it really easy, and honestly I think it sounds better in Te Reo Māori. I don't know, and that's like been really cool, because it wasn't actually intended to be in Māori. It was we wrote it in English and we didn't expect it to be translated, so the fact that it sounds better in Māori is so exciting. And so that's been a really fun process, and also a little bit scary as well, because it's just I guess it's new territory for me, and it's just quite a, I don't know, it's daunting coming out as a white passing Māori, doing pretty much a full Te Reo Māori song.
Awesome that those projects are getting funded, and we're hearing more songs in Māori, and also hearing more songs on the radio that are Māori as well.
Well, often the translated versions of songs are my favourite, like Muroki's Wavy, the Rehu. I love it in Māori. I think it's just so cool, and I'm so here for the revival of Te Reo Māori.
Absolutely. And you've got lots of music on the way, so is there anything you can say about what's coming out?
Yes, I would just say stay tuned.
Okay, nice. I'm ready. I'm tuned in. It's really exciting.
Yeah, it's the thing is it feels like almost such uncharted territory, because I've never released a song out into the world, but I've done so much performance in my life, and it's nothing new to me really, but this side of things is brand new. So that feels a bit daunting, but really exciting.
And who would you say are like your main inspirations in music?
My main inspirations growing up have literally been Stevie Nicks. She's like number one, and then New Zealand female artists like Lady Six, Eva Lamb-Kim, even Anna Mac. I was a huge fan of Anna Mac when I was a teenager. And then, Erykah Badu, Etta James, all of the,
powerful female voices.
Powerful female, Amy Winehouse, and then male, David Bowie's been a huge influence, because obviously that was my dad's biggest influence, and Bob Marley. Who else? The Rolling Stones. So many. I couldn't pick one, but I think probably the main one would be Stevie Nicks.
Well, I'm up to my last question. This is kind of a big one. So I asked this to every artist I interview. If you could say one thing to every person in the world, what would it be? That is a big question. Personally, what I have had to learn, and a lot of the time I've had to learn the hard way, is to prioritize my peace. And I think that's a really important
I think that's really important in life, to prioritize time for yourself and recentering. And you know, it's so easy to burn out in this day and age, and to sort of try and keep up. And I think to be able to do that, you know, prioritize time for yourself. And yeah, we want regulated nervous systems forever.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat. All the best for your other new music coming out. And yeah, hopefully we can meet in person sometime soon.
Yeah, that'd be so nice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.